show you how I prepare some steaks. So I thawed these steaks out. They are ribeyes. Thawed these steaks out. Let them sit in the fridge with salt and pepper, just salt and pepper. I use, I think it's the Mediterranean sea salt, and I use the cracked black pepper medley. I think it's got a bunch of different colored peppers in there. And I crack it, grind it up. Now let's cook these bad boys. We're gonna let them sit right here for a while until they get to room temperature. In the meantime, I'm gonna go out and get the smoker ready and be back with you. So this is the smoker I'm using. She's a good old bird. But it's a Camp Chef Woodwind. Let's see what we got for pellets. Definitely use some. I believe those are hickory pellets in there. I think I got some mesquite in the pickup. But this smoker has been a very good smoker. I don't remember how many years old it is, but it's got the smoking unit here, and it's got the sear box here, which has seen better days, but got a lot of life in her. So we'll get this thing fired up and up to temp, which I don't have the insulated blanket, so it's going to go through more pellets than usual just to keep it up to temp, but I can still smoke with it being cold like this, no problem. So I just like to get in here and make sure that no moisture or anything has gotten in here. This thing, it doesn't really seal, but it does keep the moisture out surprisingly well. I'm just moving pellets around, make sure it ain't all dust, because I've had that before. Some brand new mesquite pellets. And these are the Traeger brand pellets. Honestly, it doesn't make any difference to me what brand of pellets to use. I'm going to go ahead and fill it right up because it's going to go through a lot, being as cold as it is, but it ain't going to go through an entire hopper of pellets, but that right there. Okay. So now every is a little bit different. Also very similar. This one doesn't have all the bells and whistles of Bluetooth capability and all that stuff, and it's actually pretty old compared to a lot of the new ones out today. So right now it's on my probe temp. It's got a probe right here. You can turn that off. I always go on low smoke, so right now it's on shutdown, and then it's feed and then low smoke. So 2 over, all that noise will stop. It's just cold. Okay, so just like that, she just had to get warmed up a little bit. She's not making any more noise, but on your low smoke setting, you're gonna run anywhere from 120 degrees. It's gonna fluctuate up to 160 and come back down, and it's gonna keep rolling that smoke right to your meat. So now, as you can see, we got some good smoke rolling out of here now. We'll just let this sit for a little bit and make sure it stays up to temp, which I think it will. It's going pretty good now. We'll go back inside and we'll check on our meat. So the steaks have sat now for a while. They're up to room temperature. I did end up turning my dial up to the high smoke setting just because it is so cold and I don't have the insulated blanket. It's going to take a little bit more heat to keep this thing up to temp, but for now we're going to get this meat on. One thing that I do that is a complete game changer, and many of you probably know it, is nobody cooks by time anymore. We all cook by temp. So you're gonna put that meat probe right down in the center of one of them steaks and hit this button so that it's only reading the probe temp. And what I do is I get my internal temperature up to about 60 degrees, and at 60 I turn the sear box on high. Crank the propane up, turn this thing on high, because by the time this steak gets to 80, 90 degrees, I'm gonna be ready to put my medium rare ones on here in reverse sear. So our steak's internal temp now is at 86 degrees, which is plenty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this down just so it kind of slows the heat down in there, because I can only put 2 steaks on here to sear at a time. When I put them on this sear box, which I've had going for quite a while, so it just should be damn hot, I'm gonna sear a minute, a minute, a minute, a minute, so I'll get the good grill marks on it. Shut that down, shut that down. Now one thing that I got going on with this grill is it's an old grill, like I said, so one of my propane units in there is actually burnt out, so I actually have some wide open flame. So that steak's gonna cook a little bit faster, so I'm gonna be right on a minute when I flip these, and I'm gonna rotate them around just so one doesn't get cooked too much. That's why I usually took them up to 90 degrees before I seared them, but I'm searing them at 80 now just because my sear box is substantially hotter because of that open flame. See where we're at here. See, I got that wide open flame, so that's gonna cook really, really fast. So move that one up, flip that, flip that. It's looking good. One more minute. So here we are, another minute. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them, turn them like this, back on. Get them up there off that open flame a little bit. Another minute. Next minute's up. Now simply turn them over. Bone-in ribeyes, they're gonna be good, good. One more minute, and then they're done. Then they'll go inside to rest. So another minute's up. This is the last minute. So now they come off, throw them on the plate. We'll take them back in, and they'll rest. Last minute. These babies are done. I'll run these in and get the last 2 on. So, finished product. Here. So something like that. Medium on the edges. And just tender as could be. If you do your steaks this way, it'll ruin eating at a restaurant.